Hey Jonathan, it's Ben from Surfbus here. I gave you a little tour around your van on your collection day, but I thought I'd just run through again in case you get stuck on basically how your electrics worked and where things are. So underneath your bonnet was the 16 amp hookup plug if you were on a campsite and you needed to plug in to charge your battery, or if you wanted endless supply of 230 volt power. Through your sliding door, your little USB port, your light switch for the 3 lights down one side. Round the corner here to the left of your rock and roll bed, a 3-pin socket, USB ports, a little snake reading light. We call it a snake because it's flexy. There's a couple of power setting modes on there, so we press it once already and again for another brightness and then off. Round onto where your kitchen would be, a 12 volt socket, some more USB ports behind there, your 2 30 volt sockets. This is a blank at the moment, but when you've got your kitchen, we'll put a switch in there to run a light above your hob. Underneath your passenger seat, another 3-pin socket and another 12 volt socket. Your heater outlet. Over to your heater. This is your heater control, the Webasto. So we'll just wake it up a minute. Heating. This white light here indicating that the unit is off. It's not running. It's not producing any heat. If we press and hold this button for a second and a half, it's now going to wake it up, set your desired temperature, and we've got a green light. You can actually hear, if it's very quiet like it is now, you can hear that the heater has just woken up. It's going to run the fan, be quiet for a little moment, and then after sort of 2 minutes, sort of winding the fan, it'll get a bit louder, the fuel pump will kick in, and then it'll start generating some heat. So I'll just leave that to run a moment. Your garage unit here, same as what you've got at home. I'm trying to do this with one hand, quite hard. Open that up. So this left hand side one is 40 amp breaker. This is the main power in from hookup. So you plugged into a campsite, your power comes through this one, goes out of this side to your inverter, which is that large unit over there. It goes through that, back out of the inverter, through this 40 amp switch, and then through these 2 MCBs here. So this one's blank at the moment. The cable's there but not connected to anything. This would be for your sockets when we do your kitchen, for your induction hob, and this MCB here is for your 3-pin sockets, which we've gone through already. That 1, 2, 3, 4. That's supplying that. If they trip out at all, that's where we're going to. There's either a fault with the appliance you've plugged in or faulty electrics at the campsite, which is not unheard of. We've come across it before. That little green light down there, we can turn it off. At the moment, that is the inverter telling us that it's on. If we come up to this display up here, we can go to pages and it'll give you a bit of an overlook of what's going on. The inverter is not doing anything at the moment. This is our battery status. This is going to go down because the heater's winding up. PV charger, that's going to be a solar. So obviously we're inside, it's a very dull day, we're not getting anything at the moment. And 9 watts, that's what we're pulling in power at the moment. So not a lot at all. So we just touch down the bottom here, somewhere. There we go. We go to menu, come to here, multi plus 12 2000, that's your inverter. It says inverting at the moment. We can go into this menu if you want. State is inverting, so it's ready to give you that 230 volt power whenever you want it. If you want to turn it off, just hit the off, there. There we go, it's off. Your inverter's turned off. You don't have any 240 power at all at the moment. It's completely turned off, that light's off. Going through this little menu here, you can decide what you want it to do. Charger only, that is going to give you power to charge up your battery, and only your battery, nothing to the sockets. Inverter only, as it says, inverting, it's just going to give you power to your sockets. And then on, it will switch between shore hookup and your leisure battery. Whatever you plug in, it will recognize and give you whatever you need. And if you want, you can just leave it as it is and do nothing if you're happy with that little green light on down there. Links distributor, this is just a giant fuse board. It's got some big main fuses in there. You don't need to go in there. It's his own standalone unit. The MPPT solar, it's your solar panels going through that. This is talking to the system and will just give your battery the power when it wants it. The Orion TR Smart, little Bluetooth symbol flashing away there. This is your split charge relay, so this will take the power from your cranking battery and supply it to your leisure battery when you're driving, or stationary when it's taking over. And the servo unit, sort of the brains of everything. It's talking to all the other boxes within the vehicle and then sending the information up to your screen here. I have just done a little screenshot of some of the apps which you would want to download. And I've still got a bit of configuration to do as well. Even though everything works, there's still a bit more setup to do. But in this video, I'll add the apps, the Victron Energy apps that you would want to download if you want to have a look at a couple of things. Also, there is an app for the Roma battery. This also will tell you the status of the battery, how much energy is in it. You can look at the cells and we can check if anything has gone down, if everything's playing ball as it should. Also, once I've done the final setup, probably when we do the kitchen or at a later date, before the kitchen, we can set you up onto the internet, and wherever you are in the country, I should then be able to see your vehicle, and if you had any faults, I can see what's going on and try and diagnose it from my laptop wherever you are in the world. Quite a cool little feature. Big main power switch, if you just wanted to shut down all of this, so nothing was flashing away and just wanted to reserve the energy in the battery because you're not using the vehicle, turn this off. But just make sure everything's sort of shut down first. Your night heater isn't working and your inverter isn't supplying power to anything. Make sure all those things are turned off before you do the main kill switch. Going back to your night heater, as you can hear, it's running. It's at full chat. Or as hot as it goes. Yeah, it's lovely and warm. You want to turn this off now. You know, you're hot, you're ready for bed, whatever you're doing. Press and hold your power button for a second and a half and it will then shut down. We're back to a white light. You can hear already that the fans are slowing down. These are going to run down for a couple of minutes. The fans will keep running to try and cool down the heater itself, and it will just vent off. So you smell outside, you smell the heater just cooling down, and then it will finally shut down once it's happy. Just trying to think of anything else we need to go through. A fuse board for your 12 volt sockets, USBs, light switches. We've already got the wires there for your fridge. Again, if anything stops working on your lights and USBs, what have you, whilst you're away, potentially it's just blown a fuse. So that's where we're going to look there. I think that's about it, Jonathan. Like I said, if you go onto YouTube, where this video is already, or will be, you'll then see how to pull down your pop-top roof, how to put up the pop-top roof. It'll also go through sort of the fuses on some other vehicles and where you might be looking. Your rock and roll bed you're already familiar with, like we went through anyway. This lever here, we're going to pull that up. That's got 5 points of recline of the seat in a fixed position. And then going into a bed mode, we're going to pull that towards us, pull the chair forward, put a bit of weight down on the top and it'll click into place. When it's clicked in, we're going to want to go back to a chair. We're going to push that smart bed's lever on the left hand side. We'll push it there. When it is in bed mode, we're going to push it there and it will fling itself back into a chair. Just running around to the rear. Speakers in the back. You've got your light switch here to do your rear light. Obviously that's more accessible when your bed is turned into a chair. Little on-off switch for your lights in your tailgates. That's that one there. This side at the moment inactive, but will be for your water pump. Your handle on clips, just unclip that. Go into the slot there and wind it out like we demonstrated. And I think that is probably everything. Hope I've covered it all. If not, give us a shout and we'll see you soon. Cheers, Jonathan.